Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of yours truly, The Emotional Guy. This is the show and the channel where we talk about everything as it concerns a male, a boy, a teenager, a father, uncle, grandfather, brother, cousins, and everybody who identifies as a man. Before I continue on this episode of The Emotional Guy, I must say my heart goes out to everyone in Ukraine and everybody affected by what is going on in Ukraine. I crave the indulgence of everyone involved to find a very quick, amicable solution to the problem so that we will not have people lose husbands, brothers, fathers, uncles, and even some of the females who are fighting in this war on both sides, Russia and Ukraine, and everybody involved. Please let us find a way to make the world a better place so that we will be better humans and enjoy the goodies that we have on earth. And that is it from the Emotional Guy on Ukraine. Now let's get into the show properly. So last week we had Alma and Jesse on the show and they gave us a lot of goodies from their experience, from their relationship, and from what love is supposed to be like before and even after Valentine's Day. On this show today, I'm going to be flying solo and I'm going to be talking about what it takes to be an ideal man who has a woman as a partner. We get it all wrong so many times. Sometimes we admit it. Sometimes we are what people say we are men. We just don't want to admit to the fact that we are making some mistakes and we're not getting the best out of our partners. Whether you're married, whether you're dating someone, or whether you hope to have a woman in your life someday, the information I'm going to give you today is going to come in very handy to you. Now, talking about the information that I'm going to give to you today. So I was scrolling through Twitter and I found this very awesome Twitter handle. Now, on the Emotional Guy, we're going to source for every information that we can get from every corner of the earth to help all the males across the world, in Nigeria, in Africa, across the world, to help every male to be better at being males. And today we're going to talk to you about the 10 lessons every man, every male must learn if you're going to have a woman by your side. Let's get into it. What is number one? So before I tell you about number one, I'll tell you where I got the information from. We don't want any copyright issues. So if we get information that is going to help you from anywhere, be sure we're going to tell you where we got it from so that you can also verify. Everything we tell you are verifiable facts that will help you become a better person. And you ladies also, you've got a thing or two to learn from this channel. If you're a mother, you need to start training your boy child on how to treat a woman right from this very early age. And if you already have a son who has grown beyond being just a boy child, it's never too late. The next best time to start training that young man is now. The handle I'm getting this from is legacybuilder_, at legacybuilder_. His Twitter handle is loaded with lots of information that should help humans and males especially be better at being males. So number one is you are a leader. You must lead your woman. Every male has to understand that the first position he occupies between himself and a woman is leading. No matter how intelligent the woman is, no matter how strong the woman is, she looks to you for you to lead. Leading does not necessarily mean you have to be richer than her. Leading does not necessarily mean you have to be more popular than her. Leading does not necessarily mean you have to be more connected than her. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be super duper more intelligent than her. Leading is simply about loving and respect. You must love and you must respect your woman. Most men disrespect their women a whole lot. Most brothers disrespect their sisters a whole lot. And most fathers disrespect even their own mothers and their siblings and their children. I mean, you might consider it very weird, but yes, a lot of fathers disrespect their own children, their girl children. They disrespect them to the tune of even molesting them. That is not love. That is not respect. And that is not proper. It's very, 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 very wrong. So if you're going to be a leader, you must first of all learn to love your woman, learn to love the females around you, and learn to respect them as much as is needed. For husbands, you must not, never in this life, put any other woman above your wife. You must not do that. That is totally and terribly wrong. So if you're going to lead, you must respect and you must love. Trust me, when you do this to the others will fall in behind. What is number two? If number one is leading your wife. Number two. So in number two, you must date your wife. A lot of people, when they just get married to her, that's the end. For so many males, getting married to their women is a project. What do I mean by that? Oh, I want to get married. I'm of age. I need to get married. You start telling friends, well-wishers, fathers, mothers, everybody, I want to get married. Help me find a woman. That is for those who don't set out to find their own women by themselves. And for those who set out to find their own women by themselves, they practically stop doing every other thing just to find that woman. And when they find her, they stop at nothing to woo her, get her to be by their side, get married to her, and once they are married, the end. The end. Yeah, welcome to my world. You're now my wife. Yeah, this is our house. When you need money, I'm going to give it to you. Whatever you need, I'm going to provide. And it ends. I'm sorry, guys. If you're doing that, whether you are a boyfriend, whether you are a husband, and even brothers, you need to learn to date your woman. Wooing her never stops. Wooing her never ends. This is so important. Don't get it. Don't even try to get it wrong. You must not stop showering her with all those surprises, all those nice gifts. Buy this, buy that. Even if she has one before, buy one with a different color. Even if she has one that looks like square, get rectangle, get triangle, spice it up, look for something different to do. You're never running out of options. Even if she had it before, get a new one. So you must learn to date your wife. This is not just about buying gifts also. Date nights included, cooking for her included. If you can't cook, don't use that as an excuse to say no, I can't cook, so I can't provide, I can't cook for you. Buy it and set it up, arrange it, put it on a tray and send to her. And trust me, you watch her light up, her eyes, her whole appearance, and she's going to eat whatever it is you've gotten as if she has not had it before. But there's a caveat to that. Make sure it's something she likes. If she doesn't like beans, please don't buy beans. Please don't cook beans. Please don't use beans as a surprise for her. If she doesn't like rice, if she doesn't like chocolates, yeah, someone will say chocolates. Some women don't like chocolates. If she doesn't like it, don't do it. Look for something she likes and use it as a tool to date her and watch her light up. That's number two. Number three, listening to your wife. I don't know how to, emphasize on this more. You must listen to your wife. Every woman wants to be listened to. Whether we like it or not, every woman wants to be listened to. So if your relationship is going to keep growing as it ought to be, you must listen to your wife. Let me tell you what will happen. When you listen to her, you're going to find out that she's going to blossom and she will give you peace. And she will give you peace. The question now is, how do you listen to your wife? How do you know when she's sounding in a way that she's not supposed to sound. When she stops being playful, something is wrong if she's a playful type. When she needs your help, you must listen. Sometimes when women need our help, they don't say it. They don't just say it. They start acting up. They start, you know, saying some things. You know what I'm saying? So many of you understand what I'm saying. Even you ladies, you know what I'm saying. You don't just come out to say, "Oh, come and help me." You start dropping comments. You start acting up, and all she's looking for is, "Baby, what is wrong? Are you okay?" And then you now see her just open up to you like a very nice rose flower in the early hours of the day. You must listen to her. Very, very important. And moving on to number four, you must laugh with your wife. So let me take it from the top again. The very first one is lead your wife. The second one is date your wife. And the third one is listening to your wife. Listening to your woman. Listening to her. Seriously, this has caused a lot of problems for men. You must listen to your wife. You must listen to her. And then number four, laugh with your wife. I don't get it sometimes when I find some guys who are so serious. She calls you big head and you have a problem. You're like, don't call me that name again. Yeah. I beg now, please. Come on. Loosen up. Loosen up. Women like to play. They like to have fun generally. And when she's trying to play with you, play back with her. Be a child with her. It doesn't stop you from being the macho guy that you are. It doesn't stop your muscles from being as big as they are. Your muscles won't shrink and your chest will not become flat because you're playing with her. You must play with her. You must laugh with her. Stop being too serious. Laugh at her jokes. When she's being silly, laugh. Don't scream at her like you're her father. It does not help. Don't be so serious when she's being silly. Be silly with her. Play tricks on her. Crack jokes. You will get the best out of your woman when you do that. Number five is almost as important as the rest of them. You must learn to compliment your wife. I mean, you're not buying compliments from the market. You have an assortment of them. She steps out after spending all that time to get ready. I mean, it won't kill you to just say, my goodness, you're my rising sun. It doesn't kill you to say, oh my God, my heartbeat just changed now that I saw you. You look astonishing, baby. It's not difficult. It won't take anything away from you to look at her hair. Oh, talking about hair, a lot of women have issues with their men when they go make their hair and come back and you can't even make one comment. You can't pass one remark. Say, oh my God, this hair looks beautiful. You can't even just stand up, look at the hair, touch it, play with it a bit. And I say, no, 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 don't spoil my hair. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Forget that thing. That thing she's doing is scam. She's enjoying you touching her hair. She's enjoying you admiring the hair. In the process of doing that, don't scatter it. Don't say the emotional guy said you should play with the hair and then you go and destroy the hair. Admire the hair, help her pamper the hair. Ask her even before she sleeps if she needs your hair to pack the hair. Don't take anything away from you. Compliment your wife. Compliment your woman. It will go a very long way to improving your relationship, and you'll find out that you'll become a better man from that compliment. She will treat you better. And you must not expect anything in return just because you are complimenting your wife. Number six. Well, a lot of people think number six is very dicey. A lot of people will have a lot of comments to make about number six. People would say all kinds of things about number six. But trust me, number six has its specs. There are fruits of number six. So what is number six? Number six is trust your wife. You have to trust your wife. You have to trust your woman. There are no two ways about it. She wants to go hang out. You mustn't be a monitoring spirit. She wants to go somewhere. You must not want to know all these things. Even if you want to know, Let it be from the standpoint of care. You must trust a wife with money. You must trust a wife to take care of the kids. It does not mean you should not be part of taking care of the kids. It does not also mean that because you trust a wife to take care of your funds, they have to be frivolous with it. No. You must trust a wife because she earned it at the point where you asked her to marry you. You asked her to marry you. Even if she asked you to marry her, Oga, trust your wife. Trust your wife. Many husbands out there don't trust their wives, and they are not even fulfilling a quarter of the potentials that their union holds. So, if you are married or you hope to be married, please learn to trust your wife. It will not cost you anything. Don't be that husband, don't be that partner that does not trust your wife. Number 7, communicate with your wife. You are not a hermit. You have this woman beside you. You intend to have a woman beside you. Learn to talk. Learn to communicate. Learn to express whatever you feel, whatever you're thinking, whatever idea you have. Communicate with your wife. Every day you must set aside time to actually sit down and talk with your partner. You must talk with your wife. I'm not talking about sending her a text message. I'm not talking about calling her on the phone and you consider that talking. I'm talking about actually talking with your wife. Now, if you're in a long distance relationship, you must make that phone call every day. You must make that phone call every day. There are no two ways about it. You must make that phone call every day. You cannot take the risk of not calling her to talk about her day, to talk about your day, to talk about future plans you might have, talk about plans you have at the moment, talk about your challenges, talk about so many things, talk about food, talk about diet, talk about your health. So many men don't talk about their health. When they have an issue, they keep it to themselves. But let's not talk about health today. We're going to talk about health another day. But you must learn to talk as a man. You must learn to drag your woman to you and have that talk. In the parlance of some of my friends, they will say ice balls to ice balls. Basically, what it means is face to face. You must talk about everything face to face. It's compulsory. Trust me, it's very, very compulsory. And that is number 7. Let me take it from the top again. Number 1 is lead your wife. Number 2 is date your wife. Number 3 is listen to your wife. Number 4 is laugh with your wife. Number 5 is compliment your wife. Number 6 is trust your wife. Number 7 is communicate with your wife. And number 8 is give your wife grace. What do I mean by give your wife grace? Your wife is not a body of perfection. She has her flaws, as do you. Because she has her flaws, you must cut her some slack. You must be able to be there to support her whenever these mistakes happen. When she fails, you need to learn to pick her up. When she does something wrong, you need to learn to forgive. Don't hold that grudge. Don't carry it about and just be doing anyhow you think you're going to be doing. Forgive her. And then if it was a mistake that led to something and you have a better way of doing it, then teach her. It's not difficult. It's not something you can't do. Love your wife and it will transcend to forgiving her when she commits an error or when she makes a mistake. You must learn to forgive. No matter what she does, you must give her grace. And the truth is, it will transcend to you too. When you make your own mistake as a man, you will find out that you will be forgiven because you have already sown the seed of forgiveness. That doesn't mean that you should now go about messing up because the emotional guy says because you've sown the seed of forgiveness that you'll be forgiven when you mess up. No. if you mess up, she's going to be angry and she might probably take action against you. So try as much as possible not to say the emotional guy says, show her grace. So therefore, she has to show me grace too. No. Don't be that man. Don't be that man that is going to be that petty, saying, oh, I forgave you yesterday. So is it because of this small thing I've done today that you cannot forgive me? No, don't do that. And number 9, grow with your wife. Grow with your wife. Don't be that man that whenever there's an activity, you stay behind. Don't be that man who always is the killjoy. Play with her, cook with her, grow with her, wash with her, do stuff with her. And that is one way to grow with your wife. Your life should be filled with new honeymoons at every point in time. Make it happen. Make it happen. Create new memories together. You must grow with your family. Don't leave the work of building the family to the woman alone. Don't do that. No, no, don't do that. Don't leave it to her alone. And you must build legacies together. You must build legacies together. You must create things together. You must build your fortune together. You must build your empire together. Let her be part of it. So you must grow with your wife. Grow together and build a life that is filled with joy, with happiness, with awesome memories. And number 10, just like we started, you must love your wife. You must love your wife. You can't not love your wife. The moment you're doing that, you're hurting yourself. That's what a lot of men don't realize. The moment you love your wife, every day of your life, you're loving yourself. Because she's going to replicate the love you've given to her and even more. You will never regret loving your wife. You won't. You won't regret loving your wife. Because your conscience will be clear that you've done what you are supposed to do. It will be the greatest accomplishment of your life. So let me take it from the top again. If you've been paying attention to me, I'm sure you've taken notes and you know what the 10 things that a man should do if he has to be a great husband. And if you're already a husband, these are the 10 things you need to start implementing in your life, and you watch your relationship change and you find out that you're going to be a better person than what you think you are at the moment. So number 1, you must lead your wife. Number 2, you must date your wife. Number 3, you must listen to your wife. So many men are where they are today because they simply didn't listen to their wives. They simply didn't listen to their wives. So you must listen to your wife. You must listen to know when she needs your help. You must listen to know when she needs your comfort. You must listen just because she wants you to listen to her. Sometimes you don't need to say anything, just listen. Number 4, you must laugh with your wife. Don't be so serious. Don't be that man. Don't be that man who is always strong-faced. Don't be so serious. Be silly with your wife. Crack jokes, tickle her, play with her, play games with her, and sometimes just lose just to make her happy. I know there are a lot of competitive men out there. Just lose, let her laugh at you, then you laugh at yourself too, and you find out that she'll be so happy. Compliment your wife is number 5. Tell her how good looking she is. Tell her how awesome she is. And number 6, you must trust your wife. Number 7, you must communicate with your wife. Your ideas, your plans. Just sometimes you need to also, just allow her talk back at you. And then you people will take an idea and break it down into bits and pieces to make your relationship a better one. That is what communication does. And I'm not talking about just phone conversations. Yes, for those who are having a long-distance relationship, I say again, it is extremely important that you have that phone call. And number 8, give your wife grace. Cut her some slack. When she does something wrong, be there to catch her, be there to help her pick up the pieces, and be there to help her fix it. And number 9, grow with your wife. Very important. You must be part of her life. And number 10, love your wife. It's as simple as that. I'm sure I don't need to emphasize much on what loving your wife will be to be the greatest accomplishment. So there you have it, 10 things every male must know if they are a husband or if they are going to be a husband in future. These things will help you project your relationship to a higher level. It will help you when the storm comes to weather the storm with your wife. It will help you to tell good stories in future. Telling good stories. When imagine when you're 70 years old and you're talking about how you first met her or what she did to you 10 years into your relationship that wowed you and stuff like that. So this is not just for husbands, it's not just for married people, it's also for singles. And I'm sure even the females have learned a thing or two from this episode of The Emotional Guy. Till I come your way next episode, please like, subscribe, and share, and look forward to the next one. I am The Emotional Guy. Thank you for watching.